What is really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler, and yeah. We are having a discussion, a live discussion. I know y'all like, wait a minute, you just gonna pop up like that? Yeah. We gonna have a live discussion about. Well, y'all see the title. Is the MCU biased towards black characters? That's great. So, so let me go ahead. First of all, y'all know me. We make it do what it do and everything like that. The Rock with me nation. You rocking with me. I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. You rocking with me. Yeah, I'm gonna check and make sure we okay. I see somebody that pulled up that lets me know right off the rip. Yeah, we all the way live and everything like that. So I was asked, me as I'm getting older and everything like that. I kind of I don't really like getting caught up in conflict and everything like that. But being your Wakandan Griot, you got to do what you got to do. Like you gotta keep that thing alive and everything like that. They say this, what's going on, Terrence? As somebody once said, quickest way to kill a man's legacy is stop telling the story. Well, I don't believe in that though. And I know some of us, not the Rock with me nation, but I know some folks don't appreciate the what a griot does. But we do serve a purpose in African culture, i.e. African American culture. Yeah. So I'm gonna use my abilities this morning. Terrence, what's going on? Terrence, what's going on? Why are you in witness protection? That's cute. I moved. And the VA moved me. So right now I'm in the hotel with my family. Good. All right. So everybody want to start off with a joke. Okay, I can receive the joke first thing this morning. I got my coffee. Shout out to Plant Poppy. So I got asked to do a video. Now, you all know I've been putting a lot of Black Panther content out and everything like that. Some stuff I try and stay up out of for the algorithms and everything like that. But when the Rock With Me Nation asked for me to have a conversation about something, I will go ahead and do it. So this comes from Timothy King, right? Over there on Twitter. He said, please discuss and share Marvel's quiet war on black superheroes. Now, I did take a look at the YouTube video that he sent me. I actually watched it last night. The Dark Truth, Marvel's quiet war on black superheroes. Now, one of the things that I want to go ahead and say about this particular video that I saw, this video here, let me do this right here. I watched it. Now, as my daughter, and this comes from, because I want to make sure I give these people credit that did the video, Black Stories Untold. That's who did the video. Black Stories Untold. Surface level conversation. In essence, you can be in the pool and you can be in the 5 feet and you can be in the 15 feet, right? Well, more than enough people that are having this discussion that don't normally talk about comic book stuff, they in the 5-foot part of the pool, right? You stand up, you stand up, you seeing everything going on, right? You ain't worried about unless you get hit upside the head, fall unconscious, right. Long as you woke though, see what I just said? Long as you woke though, you good, ain't you? But now that deep part of the pool, that's where I'm at right now. That's why I'm over there this morning. As a Marine Corps veteran, I can swim underwater, on top of the water, tread, whatever. Yeah, because you got to know how to do that before you even finish Marine Corps boot camp. So I'm pretty good being in the deep end of the water. Even know how to, when you got that riptide and everything like that, just swim parallel to it. Yeah, just swim parallel to it. But a better solution is just don't be in that damn water. Because you're not a fish. Right? Be there when you got to be. Other than that, we're not doing that. I'm a land dwelling mammal. Right. So it was a great video. I watched it. Like I said, I watched it. They talked about some stuff. Surface level. I'm not going to go surface. But now, what I'm about to say, what I'm going to say might make you feel a certain type of way. Now, as one of my exes used to say, we all play a part. We all play our part. That's what that is. I'm gonna keep up. Theo, what's going on, Mr. Rashad? What's going on, Big Rashad in the building? What's going on? Justin Lamar Hoskins, you already know how I'm finna get down, don't you, James? Don't steal the show. Don't steal the show. Lamar is down the road. Don't steal the show. Let me do this. Because, see, that's, now mind you, how many folks actually say something about Lamar Hoskins? Even in what we're talking about right now. Don't nobody talk about Lamar Hoskins. Let me get there, Big J. Let me get there. I'm going to get there. So, how do you know? If you're not a comic fan, how do you know that the MCU is being racist toward black characters? How do you know? What are you basing it on? That's a fair question. Because I don't believe in making baseless accusations. I don't believe in that. I don't. 6 years in the Marine Corps, legal specialist, 4421. Yeah, I like proof. I like evidence. I like concrete stuff. Stuff we're not going to argue about, stuff we're not going to debate about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do this here. Yeah. Now, when I got sent this on Twitter, these are the names that were here, or at least the titles. Now, the whole Marvel So White thing, that's comic books. And as I've said before, if you've been rocking with me, you heard me say this, the comics been white. This ain't no recent thing. I don't know why we acting like that's brand new. They ain't been brand new. The comics been so white since I was in elementary school. Did I not say I'm 2 years from 60? That was ages ago. Ain't nothing changed. Remember that song by New Edition? Ain't nothing changed. Any fans in the building? So you got Disney So Racist. Hashtag. All these are hashtags, by the way. You better make sure you know what you're saying when you say that. Hashtag Marvel So White. Well, that hashtag died over a couple of days. Recast T'Challa. That's another hashtag. We see how that's going, right? Hashtag Kang Dynasty. Okay, all right. Hashtag Blade. Hashtag Ironheart. That's interesting, right there. That whole Ironheart thing. Yeah, that's real interesting. That Blade thing is interesting too. Hashtag Blade. That's real interesting too. We got hashtag Marvel Studios. Don't know why, because we got hashtag Marvel So White. Crazy. Hashtag Photon Series. Did they ever say they was gonna have one? Or you was just looking for one? That's crazy. Why was you looking for one after? Never mind. We'll talk about it. Hashtag Photon Series. Hashtag Jonathan Majors. You know what? Reading is fundamental. I wish more folks would be able to state the facts, because it's hard for folks to lie when you stating facts. Facts, from what I've experienced over the past week and a half, facts make folks mad. Facts will have folks coming for your crown. And when I say your crown, I'm talking about your noggin. I ain't talking about that. They coming for your noggin, because I done got called everything but a child of God, speaking truth. Let's see here. Hashtag Avengers Doomsday. Well, I mean, it's kind of late in the game to be complaining about that, because most of these superhero team-up movies, the majority of the cast is white. The only time I done seen a superhero team-up movie where the majority of the cast wasn't white, Black Adam. That didn't do well at the movie theaters. Oh, man. All right. Black people. Ooh, hashtag black people. Remember when I said we all play a part? I'm probably going to get called out my name by quite a few brothers and sisters this morning. Okay, I'm here for it. Hashtag blackness. Do we know that for you to be black, your ancestry must originate in Africa? Do we know that? Because it's some of us act like we trying to distance ourselves from the motherland. That's crazy. Let me keep going. Hashtag Kane. Well, and I'm gonna just say hashtag Wonder Man too. Yeah, that's gonna be really so. Really, hashtag Kane and hashtag Wonder Man. Okay, we're gonna play that game too. Hashtag Black Panther. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I hear Houdini rapping in the background. When we gonna get to the good part, good part. Get down to the good part, good part. When we gonna get to the good part, good part. When we gonna get to it. Rashad says we see MCU Disney show their true colors because of what's going on in this country politically and the media. Let's remember. Okay, I like this. Rashad says we seeing. Now this ain't me questioning Rashad. This me questioning us as a people. We see it now. We see it now. So we didn't see it when it started. We see it now. Somebody had to point it out. So when we went to school and got that high school education, we don't remember nothing about no history classes. When we've been watching all these documentaries and everything like that and getting together during the month of February, we don't remember anything. We didn't retain nothing. You mean tell me when our parents sat us down, those of us that got taught by the elders, make sure you keep your hands at 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. We didn't know, because I know what I got from it. We didn't. Okay, all right. So let's play. Can we start with the first movie in the MCU? I know y'all be like, I ain't seen nothing wrong with it. Mm-hmm. You know who saw something wrong with it? The folks that read comics. We saw something wrong with it. We know you might not have cared. We saw something wrong with it. And we knew right then and there we were going to have a problem. Iron Man, the first movie. Robert Downey Jr. did the doggone thing, didn't he? Yeah, sure did. Now, if you read Iron Man comic books, who did Robert Downey Jr. remind you of in the movie? Was it not one Anthony Stark? Yes, Lord did. The source material matters, even though folks want to. The source material matters when it comes to some folks superheroes. Oh yeah, they're gonna get that right. They're gonna make sure all the key traits are there. They're gonna make sure they're checking off all the boxes for their fans to be like, you know what? It ain't one for one. It ain't the same as the comic books. But you know what? The key attributes still sit right there for the characters, storyline that they tell it. Right. So Iron Man, I like Robert Downey Jr. I root for Robert. We remember Tony from the comic books. Tony had a little beard. Tony always been a smart ass. Right? We know that because we've been reading. Tony always been a smart ass. Tony has always been a smart ass. Always been a smart ass and always been a lady man. We to the degree didn't know you married Pepper. No, that wasn't your job. Happy Hogan got with Pepper. Anyway, we talking about the black characters. Terrence Howard. Who did he play? No. Who is Terrence Howard in Iron Man? Because James Rose is 6'1", 240. The War Machine armor ain't bigger than the Iron Man armor just because it's bigger. It's bigger because the person that wears it is bigger. 6'1", 240. That's a linebacker. That's a big dude. That's a dude that in the streets, in real life, you would think twice about getting into a fade with. You know what? That would be the dude that the Jets would go pull out the pew for. Yeah, 6'1", 240. That's James Rose. And you know how we get into this whole thing lately about colorization when it came to Aaron Pierre? Well, Terrence Howard ain't the same skin complexion as James Rose. Who said something? I wasn't on YouTube then. Anybody get mad? Anybody get angry? Because in the very first Iron Man movie, they miscast a black character. They did. They miscast the black character. And then followed it up in the second Iron Man movie by getting that character's casting wrong again by bringing in a shorter, smaller actor. Don Cheadle, I love him as an actor. But he ain't as big as Terrence Howard. Which one of them look like they went to the gym? Which one of them look like they got a gold gym membership, Planet Fitness? Terrence Howard look like an actor that can play the guitar real well as James Rose. Don Cheadle looked like a great actor who got some serious dancing skills playing the role of James Rose. But that's not James Rose. That ain't never been James Rose. But you got Tony Stark. But you ain't get James Rose. You ain't say nothing, did you? Look here, man. I'm just glad to find you, Tony. Next time you come on out here, man, I'm going to be here with you. James Rose don't talk like that. And then James Rose ain't a dude to tell jokes either. James Rose is not there for your punchline, for your humor, to be ridiculed. What do we get with James Rose? Next time, baby. Okay, well, that's the first Iron Man movie. When we get the second movie, oh, here come Tony. Remember them going after Whiplash? It's Tony and James. What does Tony tell him? James sitting up there talking about, the Widowmaker, the bunker buster or whatever, something like that right there. Justin Hammer then put it in there. Okay, I know Justin Hammer is a joke to Tony, but why James got to be laughed at just to prove folks right that Hammer ain't nobody? Okay, so let me see Iron Man 2. What Tony got to say? James. And he even says it, give me back my roadie. Okay, all right. No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the part where they standing side by side with Whiplash looking at them. Everybody got on a suit of armor. And Tony tells him, just because you got a big gun, don't make you the big gun, which right off the rip tells you, well, if we got Tony, we don't need James. Because he was right. You got a big gun, but that don't make you the big gun. I'm the big gun. And truth be told, you see Tony and James fighting side by side. James is redundant. He redundant. And this ain't to be confused with the Green Lantern Corps. We ain't got no Iron Man Legion or nothing like that. Well, no, he's redundant. But what did you see in that scene? Oh, he fired that big thing and it fizzed out. Comic relief. Comic relief. Matter of fact, if I look at James Rhodes' story arc in the MCU, what do you have to hang your hat on as a superhero fan when it comes to James Rhodes? Nothing. In Age of Ultron, what did you get? The most memorable line. Now, mind you, this Ultron. James Rhodes is actually in this movie. What does he do? Because he ain't in the main battle with Ultron. He helping S.H.I.E.L.D. rescue people. We see him show up at the end. But what's his line when Ultron initially appeared? What's his line? You looking for this? Boom. You looking for this? It wasn't funny then. It ain't funny now. Okay. He shows up in where? Secret Invasion? Oh, turn out he been a Skrull the whole damn time. All right. Not only has he been a Skrull the whole damn time, they got to help him out the pod because clearly this is the same James Rhodes that got paralyzed in Captain America 3 Civil War. Okay, Stark Tech, Wakandan technology, 2016. It's about to be 2027. And between a Disney Plus show, a 1 hour special, and movies, I ain't been bothered yet as a studio to fix James Rhodes. Now, let me tell you why that matters. Because you as a person that don't read comic books, you might say to yourself, that's fine, that's okay. You did say it was fine, it was okay. Because you know what? You ain't said nothing. It's going on 11 years. We sat up there, watched Everett Ross get healed by a Komodo bee. You sat up there, we sat up there. We saw Bucky Barnes get healed from his condition. Not one time, not one did we raise holy for James Rhodes. Not one time. Not one time. But then again, it ain't just us that didn't raise hell for James Rhodes. The actor didn't raise hell for James Rhodes. The agent that represented the actor didn't raise hell for James Rhodes. You ain't seen no article in the newspaper. You ain't read no article online. You ain't seen nothing in no magazine about Don Cheadle because Don Cheadle don't know James Rhodes. You ain't seen no fan outrage about James Rhodes. You ain't seen none of that because the general audience that goes to go see the movie don't know a damn thing about James Rhodes. All they know is he black. Well, how you know he being treated wrong? If you don't know what the character then did in the comics, how you know the character is being treated unfairly? You don't. And you know who you're not checking for? To listen to tell you that character being treated incorrectly. It's the black kid that you picked on, teased, had little to no respect for, that's now a full-grown adult that's still the same thing they did as a kid while you still doing the same thing you did as a kid. Going to the movies, being cool, and telling the nerd to shut up. Now you in your feelings. Probably should have listened to that nerd a long time ago. You see how I started with the very first MCU movie. I started with the very first MCU movie, Iron Man. And I just gave you stuff that sit right there that tell you how that character got treated unfairly. Did you know? Did you know? Does it make sense now that I'm saying it? Am I making you go back and look at some stuff and say, damn, I ain't think about that. Damn. Ain't none of them actors look like James Rose. Ain't none of them actors at all look like James Rose. Meanwhile, you got Chris Pine, Captain Kirk. That is Captain Kirk. Chris Evans. That is Captain America. Chris Hemsworth. Oh, what? That is Thor. Because they got in shape to play them roles. I'm going to keep going because that's a reoccurring theme in Marvel Cinematics. The black actor, more often than not, ain't in superhero shape. And they don't think it matters. Meanwhile, right. I'm going to keep up with these notes, and then we're going to move on to the second movie. We really ain't got no problems there. And then the third movie. We're going to keep going, though. I'm going to keep up with these notes. Black male heroes can't heal or recover in the MCU. This comes from Boycott Activision. If you can delete Darwin, we stand no chance. Lord have mercy. But you know why they mentioned Darwin? I'm going to tell you why they mentioned Darwin. Because they got rid of Havoc. The Fox movies were just a mess. Angel died in a plane crash. Havoc died in an explosion. And Darwin died because, yeah. So that's why they mentioned Darwin. That is why they mentioned Darwin. But, and see, that's the difference. When you a comic book fan, you gonna call that thing for what it is. You ain't gonna get swept up into identity politics. No, you're gonna be able to point out them facts right there, and they're gonna be able to stand the test of time. They're not gonna move. So if I say Darwin, and I'm looking at Fox movies, right? I'm not gonna be no hypocrite. I'm not, because my nerddom is to the characters. I'm not going to be no hypocrite. If I say Darwin and I'm an X-Men fan, I damn sure better be able to point out Havoc, and I damn sure better be able to point out Angel. In essence, Fox didn't know what they was doing. So that's a separate discussion. We can definitely have it, but that's a separate discussion. Let me see. Yeah, see? Darwin don't fit. And see, that's when I be like, did you know? Because we can get triggered about stuff. I'm not here to get triggered. If you can say Darwin got mistreated, which you're right, you better be able to point out Havoc and Angel, because you watched the movies. And you know damn good and well the same way it didn't make no sense for Darwin to get deleted, it made no damn good sense for how Havoc got deleted and how Angel got deleted. You can fly and you die in a plane crash. Stop it. So let's stay right here. Y'all rapper taste and everything like that. So we got Hulk, right? Second IP. Oh, not a problem. Not a problem at all. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Captain America, though. The first Avenger. Okay. You know what amazed me about Captain America 4? I'm sorry, about Captain America, the first Avenger. I like Derek Luke as an actor. Biker Boys is one of my favorite movies. It is. I was excited to see Derek Luke. I knew who he was playing. Oh, that's Gabe right there. I'm thinking we might get a little bit of Wakanda in this. Because I know this story. Oh, yes, Lord have mercy. I got me some Gabe Jones. I got me some Howling Commandos. I know Nick should be there. But hey, I'm a nerd, so I understand we got to update some stuff. You see how that go? I know Nick should be there. Okay. It's still the Howling Commando. We got Dum Dugan and everything like that. All right. Whoa. What we got going on here? Well, will I be John Brown? Steve is getting ready to choose between his shields. And I'm looking at Peggy Carter holding up a round shield made out of vibranium. Now, right off the rip, I got some questions because I'm like, okay, you say this. Well, time. One, I know what that shield is really made of in the comic books and everything like that. But understanding this, we adapted for the movies, right? I'm cool with that. But hold on, pause. You say that shield made out of what? Vibranium. Okay. I ain't see King Azuri. That ain't. We didn't get that in Captain America: The First Adventure. I ain't get no. I got a red skull, but I didn't get no one arm. I ain't get no armless tiger. I ain't get that. I ain't get no superior Superior Woman or Uberman. I didn't get none of that. I didn't get none of that. I got Cap starting off with a triangular shield, but I don't see Azuri with his round shield. I don't see none of that. I don't see Gabe save Azuri's family, which consisted of his wife, his son T'Chaka, and his son Sion. I don't see none of that with Derek Luke. And he actually did that. I didn't see none of that. I didn't see nobody present Derek Luke with a small chunk of vibranium. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I should have, because I know that's what happened. So how they get this vibranium over here for Steve? We just gonna bypass this? So the brother ain't contribute nothing. He just an extra. We ain't even gonna get him no lines. We ain't gonna get him no shine. And that's his shine. That's his light. That's his life. Did we also know that Gabe Jones was a member of SHIELD, a high-ranking member of SHIELD? You know how we got Steve coming forward and everything like that, and you saw Nick Fury there. Well, modern technology, we able to age folks up. Derek Luke should still be in the MCU as Gabe Jones. I don't think we said nothing. I don't think we said nothing. I don't think we opened up our mouth. You mean tell me the character that's responsible for Captain America having the vibranium for his shield don't get that shine? And we didn't even shout out Wakanda. Did you hear them mention King Azuri in Captain America: The First Adventure when they were talking about that show? Did you hear them mention that his name at all? Could have gave him a dog a shout out. Nothing. But now, how would you know if you don't read the comic books? Because I see a lot of outrage. And I don't believe everybody that's outraged is a comic book fan. No, I actually believe some of these folks are folks that don't read comic books. But if you read comic books and you are a knowledgeable black person, you've been getting your head kicked in the past week and a half talking about comic book stuff in regards to Black Panther. It's crazy. Because we went above and beyond to kick the black nerd out when it comes to the MCU. We don't want to hear from the black nerd. The black nerd doesn't allow the black moviegoer to enjoy the film. But now you bother? Now you upset. You ever stop to think about, had you listened to the black nerd from day one, we wouldn't be here. You ever stop to think that if your favorite social media influence didn't go so hard to discredit the black nerd, we wouldn't be here. But what black nerd has been interviewed, talked to, spoken to when it comes to anything superhero related? We not on no news channels. We not being interviewed. We not, because we're nerds. We not necessarily flexy sexy. We're not necessarily entertaining. You know what we are though? Knowledgeable. That's what we are now. That is what that is. Knowledgeable. So let's keep going. Captain America, right? What's the next movie in the MCU? I think I said Iron Man. Thor. Y'all was happy about Heimdall, huh? Oh, we got Idris Elba playing Heimdall. We finna get us something. No, you not. No, you not. Heimdall white. We not finna give Idris Elba just showing up on the screen is giving Heimdall some shine. But here's the damnedest thing. Heimdall never showed up black in any other place worth note outside of the MCU. Heimdall show up in the comic books, he's still white. Heimdall show up in any cartoon, he's still white. Okay, so what? How does that help Idris Elba? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. What does that do for him as the actor? Not a damn thing. Because he ain't getting the Samuel L. Jackson treatment. He not. That character is white. That character gonna stay white. That's what that is. Okay, so you know what that make that? that makes that meaningless representation. That character is black just to say we got a black character in the movies. That ain't real representation. We're not building anything off of that. And if you listen to the actor, Idris Elba, he wasn't necessarily thrilled the way they kept treating Heimdall. Well, Heimdall is a, say it with me now, side character. He's not even a member of the Warriors 3. He don't go off in no battles, nothing like that, where you can look at him as being the hero. No, his job is to stand right there as the eternal guardian of the Rainbow Bridge. He's standing there and look at stuff. That's it. Well, you know what? Just like I wasn't in Hulk, and I didn't have a problem with it, I didn't need to be in Thor. That's not my role. It's not. But now, what I could sit back and look at this and say, if we can get so crunk over Orlando Jones, shout out to him, and his beautiful take on the Nazi, the spider in American Gods, Lord have mercy, Jesus. You know what I ain't ever heard us ask for, and probably not gonna get it right now, all things considered. The way we divide and stuff like that. Why we ain't got no African mythology? Yeah, Idris Elba could have played Shango. That's what that is. Appreciate that boycott. Appreciate that boycott. Yeah, he could have. My dog could have played Shango. He could have played one of them cats. Hell, he could have played a Nazi. We got a lot of African gods over there. And crazy damnest thing is the African gods, they exist in Marvel Comics. That's crazy. They exist in Marvel Comics. So we got a leading actor. Because Idris is him, right? Right. That's him. That's him. And we gonna give him that role. You know what role we should have gave him, but we didn't fight for it. And we don't, and I don't know why, because we don't need to act like Marvel ain't ever sat up there and gave one actor 2 roles in the MCU. No, we're not gonna act like that. The young lady that played Mantis, right, that wasn't her first time around. Okay. You watch WandaVision, I watch WandaVision. I know I'm skipping some stuff, but I'm staying with Idris Elba, who was in Thor. I could have watched Thor. I'm not in that. I still could have watched it. I've been reading Thor comic books. I'm not in them either, right? Good writing though. So when we was watching WandaVision and we get the beautiful Tiana Paris, right? Playing Monica Rambeau, Lord have mercy, come on, somebody talk to me. And she started talking about her friend. Well, many of us, including Emergency, Awesome, Everything, Always, and all those other social media outlets were saying ourselves, Adam Bashir. Shout out to Kevin Griot. Good looking big dog. Blue Marvel. We talking about we DEI. We talk about we a family channel and everything like that. We talking about we believe in diversity. Okay, Blue Marvel. Blue, that's an excellent casting right there. Let me see. He got them nice salt and pepper temples already and everything. I don't even think we got to touch his hair. He ain't got to grow it out. He don't. Remember when he played Stack of Pentecost? Whatever. Right. That he ain't got to do nothing. Just put this costume on and show up. Idris Elba as Blue Marvel. I told y'all, we going in the deep end of the pool. We folks asked me to have this discussion. We're going to have this discussion. We're going in the deep end of the pool. I'm going to give you stuff to think about before you walk up out this slide. So let's keep going. What we got? Oh. Because we done went through Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, and Thor, right? Right. And we didn't see Scarlet Witch show up where? Right? She didn't show up. And we seen Hawkeye show up in the Thor movie, right? No problem. Let's get to the Avengers. You went to go see it. I went to go see it. Some of us bragged about it. Some of us was like, okay, I liked it. We didn't brag about it because we knew something was missing. We knew something was missing. You get the Avengers, right? See if I got this right here. I wanna go back. We get the Tesseract, right? We get the Tesseract and everything. We got Nick Fury, Phil Coulson. What's Greg Clark? Clark Gregg? You did Phil Coulson, big dog. We get Loki coming through. Right. Off the rip. Hypnotize Hawkeye. Cool. Loki go handle his business. He in a European country and everything like that. Right. Cap already been recruited to S.H.I.E.L.D. Him and Natasha pull up. Right. And they go to where Loki at, right? Okay. How they get that up? I was trying to figure out how they got there because I'm looking at it. I see what they got going on. They flying. And in the midst of them flying, they flying, right? They flying. They flying in what? What are they flying in? Oh, it's a Quinjet. I hear so many people talking about T'Challa never got acknowledged in the MCU for his scientific genius. They right. Supposed to say that, absolutely right. Because T'Challa invented the Quinjet. Yeah, ain't nobody flying to no battle to put hands on Loki without that Quinjet. You flying in something else. Maybe you flying in a B-52, maybe you flying in, I don't know. But I know what you're not flying in. That ain't your transport ship. Did they shout out T'Challa? No, I didn't say Wakanda because Wakanda didn't create the Quinjet. T'Challa did. Did they shout him out? Did they even mention T'Challa's name? No, they didn't. That's that scientific genius right there that would have established his genius level IQ in the MCU before he showed up in the MCU. But they didn't even shout him out. Didn't mention his name not one time. And that is the dude, that is the only dude that's literally respond. He's the only one. It ain't T'Challa and Tony. It ain't Reed. It ain't Hank Pym. It's T'Challa that invented the Quinjet. They don't have a Quinjet without T'Challa. They don't. Ain't nobody say a word. Ain't nobody throw no flag in the air or nothing. And if you don't read comics, you don't even know. You don't. You better be able to, when you say the MCU is biased, you better be able to say why. You better be able to articulate why. Just saying characters ain't showing up, that's surface level. That's surface level. No, you better be able to, as Trey Songz used to say, you better be able to dive in. Whoa. You better be able to dive in. Okay, let's keep the party going though. Oh, so we getting Captain America 2. I like that. We got Captain America 2, Winter Soldier. Sebastian Stan did his doggone thing. As a matter of fact, that whole cast and crew did their doggone thing in that movie. That's one of the best movies in the MCU. Yes, it is, except for this one thing right here. Except for this one part right here. Actually, two. I got two issues with that movie. Let's start with the most glaring one, because it involves T'Challa again. How is Sam flying? I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now, and if I offend, I'm sorry, I apologize. But you can't be mad about how they treating the Black Panther IP now if you wasn't bothered about how they treated the Black Panther IP going all the way back to Captain America: The First Avenger. I said what I said. Because now I'm saying to myself, you wasn't upset back then. You just upset now because folks telling you to be upset. No, if it was what it was, if it was what you say it was going to be, you'd have been upset back then. You didn't open up your mouth. You didn't open up your mouth either because A, you didn't know. B, you didn't care. And let some folks tell it today, black folk, we don't know and don't care. We just want the MCU, but now we mad about black representation. You should have listened to that black nerd. You should listen to that black nerd. So Sam flying in the MCU and T'Challa once again can't get no shout out. That's the dude responsible for Tony flying. It ain't the U.S. government. It ain't S.H.I.E.L.D. It ain't Tony Stark. It ain't Hank Pym. It ain't Reed Richards. It's T'Challa. T'Challa is responsible for Sam being able to fly point blank, period. No shout out. Not a one. Not a one. But stay right there, because I ain't finished. Was that really Sam, though? Was that really Sam? Because if I'm finna sit up here and tell you we still ain't got James Rose in the MCU, we still ain't got Sam Wilson in the MCU. I say again and again. I can get folks to be slick, talk, grown all day. Where my New Yorkers at? Where my fellow New Yorkers at? I know I sound like a, do I have a Southern accent still? I still got a Southern accent? Okay, I've been down south for quite some time. Where my New Yorkers at there? Where my fellow New Yorkers at? I got folks like Method Man saying he want to be bishop. Meth, no disrespect, but why you not asking for, because you from New York, just like me. Why you not asking why Sam ain't acting like he from New York? You want to be bishop. The damnest thing would be Bishop acting like he more from New York upstate than Sam Wilson. But Sam from New York, and Sam is 6'1", 6'2", 240. Bless you, sweetie. Sam like James Rose is a big boy. Sam like James Rose is a big boy. Sam had a mom and daddy. Sam had an older brother and sister, right? Sam got gang affiliations. That's what it is. His dad died in a gang pew-pew fight. Right. Sam is him. Sam didn't live in Harlem. Sam was a social worker in Harlem. Sam got hands. Sam used to run from rooftop to rooftop. And I ain't trying to be funny. You're not running from rooftop to rooftop, jumping over stuff with Steve Rogers, because he got the super soldier serum, right? You're not running from rooftop to rooftop with him, keeping up with him, and you ain't an athlete. You in the gym. You in the gym. You in the gym. Okay, I ain't seen nothing from Anthony Mackie's portrayal of Sam Wilson that makes me feel like that's Sam Wilson, other than his name is Sam Wilson. But stay right there, because I ain't done. When it comes to Sam Wilson in the MCU, how many times has his wings been snapped off? That's like a damn recurring theme at this. Hey, Sam in the movie, yeah, we gotta make sure his wings get broke off. Wait, what? We done seen Sam get his wings snapped off more in the MCU than we've done in his comic book history. And he been around for a minute. And when I say a minute, he came around shortly after T'Challa. Buckmeister in the building. What is going on? I always thought that Prince T'Challa has business of his own. He had his own money before he became king. He ain't never been broke. He ain't never been, I mean, why would he be? Makes no sense. The lovely Grand Madam Tara, or as we like to call her in the Rock With Me Nation, the Queen Mother, Grand Madam Tara, has pulled up in the building. What is going on? Buck said he made it. Hey man, I was over there on TikTok, Twitter, trying to do the spaces and everything, because I got asked to do it, but folks wasn't pulling up. I guess, never mind. Jimma Chan, appreciate that, Harama. Shout out to Harama Fall, member of the Rock With Me Nation. Jimma Chan got to play both Dr. Minerva and Cersei. So I don't know why we couldn't have that for some other character. See, that's that knowledge right there. That's that knowledge that I be talking about that a nerd possesses. Yes, Lord, have mercy. Idris as Shango, be still my foolish heart. Yeah, Grandmadam, why not? They can show us Hercules. They can show us the, Greek pantheon with Zeus and everything like that. Okay, well, we got gods too. We got deities around here. I don't even want to act like that. What? So we really think the nation, the continent of Africa ain't got its own mythological deities? We really think that while we sitting up here watching shows and movies with everybody else's deity popping up all over the place and everything like that? We got the MCU gonna give us some stuff, and not one time do we sit up here and ask the question, whoa. Because you keep talking about you priding yourself in diversity. Okay, well, don't talk about it, be about it. Make me feel good. Like Tony says, I feel good. No, I don't. I do not feel good. I feel all right. I feel okay. I don't feel like how they feel about Thor, Tony Stark, Steve Ross. I don't feel they feeling good. I feel okay. That's different. Would say, love the sister playing Spectrum. The Arisha and the Enash sitting right there. We ain't get none of them. We ain't get just a little bit of my Avengers Doomsday. He say just a little bit. Boy, I had to be saying, man, I'm just give you a little bit of my Doomsday duckies, big dog. Go ahead and take. Hey, appreciate it. Good looking. See, you can come over here and get this knowledge. You ain't got to pay that much. You ain't got to pay no $25. You can come on over here and get this knowledge for the free. But if you want to give something, it's definitely going to be cheaper than $25. Moving right along, though. Well, I said Captain America, Winter Soldier, right? So Sam Wilson ain't right. T'Challa ain't getting no shout out. Right? We just going along with we just you know what? We just happy to have a black superhero. Not the nerds, because we be, come on, man, what's going on? We get told to shut up and go away. We get called out our name. God knows I've been called out my name. Like I said, I've been called the N-word twice by black folks, my people. Shut up, N. Because I know, but now you fit. Okay, all right. I don't know how to do this here. I don't know how to do this here. Once again, though, I would like to point this out, that if we just mention T'Challa created the wings for Sam to fly, once again in the MCU, we would be establishing T'Challa's scientific intellect in the MCU, and we wouldn't have had to see him. And how hard is that just to write this in here? T'Challa created the wings for Sam to fly. Just shout the character out. Give the character their props. No. Okay, well, that is Captain America, Winter Soldier. We got another movie though, don't we? And I don't even know how to measure this, because I see outrage about Black Panther. Pro con. It's outrage. Where was the outrage doing Avengers Age of Ultron? What was that outrage then? And where is the outrage today from folks that's mad, that's screaming racism? Where is that emotion today for that movie from back then? You say T'Challa is your guy. If you're not saying T'Challa's your guy, you're saying Black Panther, regardless of who's up under the mask, is your favorite IP. Okay. Cool. This should really be something, regardless of whether you Black Panther MCU, Black Panther comic book, this should be something, and it's more coming down the road, that every Black Panther fan should be able to rally behind. Ultron cut off Claw's arm. As many times as I've heard your favorite black social media, comic book, whatever, talk about it's racist, talk about don't recast, talk about it's just a mantle. You know what they never say? I never hear them say, Ultron shouldn't have been the one to cut off Claw's arm. That's literally T'Challa's origin story. That is literally T'Challa's origin story. Even as we stand here today, baby, what's today? Is it August 4th? It is August 4th, 2026. And you know what I don't see? Tuesday. I don't hear us mad about that. Even those of us that say we mad about how the black characters being treated in the MCU. Even those of us that say we Black Panther fans, whether we talking MCU or comic book, I don't hear us talk about that at all. And that's T'Challa's origin story. And this is when I get in my feeling. Because you cannot read comic books. You know Spider-Man's origin story. You know Batman's origin story. You know Superman's origin story. To a degree, you know Wonder Woman's origin story. You got Iron Man's origin story right there in the very first Iron Man movie. But you want to sit up here and talk about you a Black Panther fan, comic books, MCU. I ain't heard you say nothing about T'Challa's story being effed over. And that's crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't have too much respect for so-called Black Panther fans. Because you're conditioned. I don't like it. It makes me feel some type of way that you know more about characters that don't look like you. You casually know more about characters that don't look like you, but want to sit and scream racism when you yourself ain't done your damn due diligence to learn about the black character. You can't be bothered. You know what? You part of the problem. You can't scream racism without throwing your name in the hat because you black and you practicing racism against your own kind. Because you don't want to be bothered. You don't want to be bothered. You don't want to be informed. You don't want nothing. You want, watch this. You want what Kevin Feige giving you. Well, I'm sorry. Which one of us you think care about pro-blackness? Which one of us you think is more invested in pro-blackness? You think it's Kevin Feige or me? No. For real. Which one of us you think cares more about the representation of black superheroes? Is it Kevin Feige or would it be me? Which one of us do you think, if you've been knowing me if you've been rocking with me, which one of us you think care more about black representation when it comes to superheroes? Ryan Coogler or me? Which one you think know more? Ryan Coogler or me? Now, mind you, I'm saying me, but I ain't the only black nerd that's out there. I ain't the only black nerd that possesses this knowledge. But you know what we did? As black people, we collectively told the black nerd to kick rocks. And now we want to complain when the black nerd been sitting up there watching stuff unfold since day one. The black nerd then had some of these conversations with other black nerds. The black nerd then had this conversation with the casual black fan he could trust. The black nerd then had this conversation with the white nerd because they all looking at the same damn thing. They are, yeah, God, man, that's crazy. They tripping. But you know who we can't vibe with? The black nerd can't vibe with the black MCU movie fan. Make it make sense. But now we want to scream racism. Now we want to talk about the MCU is biased against black characters. You know what? Black folks biased against black characters. Like I said, we all play a part. The question is, which part did you play? It's rhetorical. It's rhetorical. But if you wasn't checking for the accuracy of the black superheroes since they've been in the MCU, you're part of the problem. No shame, as my daughter would say, baby, no shade. Baby, no shade. But yeah, you contributed to it because they knew they could do it. Every time we didn't speak out, we encouraged them. Every time we went above and beyond to be loud and wrong, you know we were telling the MCU, you know we were telling Disney, we don't know a damn thing about the superheroes they're giving us. And they took it and ran with it. I would have too. Hell, you don't know what you're looking at. I can give you any damn thing you want. You're going to take it. Fastos. I skipped ahead. Fastos. That's a heterosexual black male. He's in superhero shape. He not small. He not small. What did David Henry Tyree? What'd he do? He got cast as a superhero. I got a young man being cast as Star Fox. I got another young man being cast as, I cannot remember the dude's name that was in there, to Adam Warlock. And both of those dudes, both of them, not known for doing any type of action movies whatsoever. Both of them went to the gym and got geeked up. I want you to think about what I'm getting ready to say. from the first movie to the Eternals, we got black actors showing up in the MCU playing the role of superheroes and ain't went by the gym not one time. Meanwhile, they can get the itty bitty role. If the itty bitty role is a superhero, I'm gonna go get it. If the itty bitty role is a superhero, the itty bitty role. If I'm gonna get to the point, if the script say I got to take my shirt off, oh Lord Jesus have mercy. I done did 1,000 sit-ups a day. I got 10 packs. I ain't got 8. I got 10. No. Nope. They couldn't be bothered, and we didn't call them out. They couldn't be bothered to get in shape for the role that they played. And as black nerds, we didn't call out the black actors for not doing it. Black fans didn't call out the actors for not doing it. Marvel, I guess, in the contract, never required them to get in any type of shape whatsoever. So they took it and ran with it. Well, what type of black representation is that? As I said to somebody else, I'm not body shaming, but he wasn't given the role of a race swap bouncing boy. His physique makes sense. If he bouncing boy, you're not supposed to be jacked up if you bouncing boy. No, you're supposed to have some rotundness to you. That makes sense. That don't make no sense with Fastos. And Fastos is also bald. So I don't know how y'all feeling right now, but as I stand here right now and I just skipped ahead to get to the Eternals, I ain't got the representation I'm supposed to get as a black person when it comes to black superheroes. How many movies I'm in deep? Okay, cool. So we got Age of Ultron, right? And I'm gonna go to what I was asked to talk about as well. Kang Dynasty. Why are we so happy for Jonathan Majors to be Kang? I'm gonna ask that question one more time. Why are we so happy, so stoked, so geeked for Jonathan Majors to play Kang? Kang is white. It's a question of whether or not Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards or Dr. Doom. Me, he kind of favored Tony Stark. But you know who he don't look like? He don't look like me. Kang ain't never looked like me. All right. So why was Jonathan Majors cast as him? There wasn't a black superhero that Jonathan Majors could have played. Stay right there, because you're not gonna know. That's okay. I got it for you. I already mentioned one name, Adam Brashear. He couldn't have played Adam Brashear. Jonathan Majors is in great shape. He yoked up, ain't he? Ain't he yoked up? Bill Foster. Couldn't have been Bill Foster? All right. Now, I'm going to throw this name out there, this superhero name out there, and I just want you to know, just put it in your cup, swirl it around, take a little sip, let me know how you feel about it and everything like that. Yeah, I know Anthony Mackie is playing the role of Sam Wilson, but Jonathan Majors is Sam Wilson. Yeah, I don't think we're sitting up here asking a Jonathan Majors, Sam Wilson, why he didn't take the super soldier serum. I don't think we're asking that. we didn't see this dude with his shirt off. No. You're going to have to write them scenes differently. And Jonathan Majors is well spoken, right? Sam Wilson. Because I did. That's Sam Wilson. Wait, hold on. Jonathan Majors. James Rhodes. Now that the size difference between him and Robert Downey Jr. Oh yeah, he definitely got to get that big suit of armor in, huh? Yes, Lord have mercy. You see how we do all that? But Kang, why would I want? Cause see, I'm consistent with it. I want you to go. I want you to feel where I'm coming from. I don't want the white actor playing the black character. I don't want that. I don't want that in no shape, form, or fashion whatsoever. And in me being consistent, if in my life I don't ever want to see a white actor play the role of a black character, why would I want to see a black actor play the role of a white character? I don't care who that white character is. There are other black characters out there that deserve that rub. And see how they got it. See how they did it? See how they did it? I want y'all to go back in time. And I want you to think about when all this was going on with Grace Jabari. Ezra Miller had issues too. Around about the same time we was talking about Jonathan Majors and his legal issues, Ezra Miller had a movie coming out. He put it out. It's 2026. You still don't hear folks talk about Ezra Miller like folks talk about Jonathan Majors. And Ezra Miller was worse when it came to what he actually did than Jonathan Majors. You know, they had this thing on the Tom Joyner morning show back in the day. I forget the comedian's name, but he used to call it hidden racism. It's that right there. It's that right there. It's that right there. You ain't see nothing. Here we go. Thor, Love and Thunder. The Valkyrie ain't black. She ain't black. And what we gonna just arbitrarily call her Valkyrie? Oh, that's a white character. But then again, let me say it again. When it comes to Thor lore, me and mine not in it. I'm never looking for me and mine to be in it. That sister right there that played Valkyrie, was there not a black female character she could have played? Because there's quite a few of them out there. She could have played, could have lent, and she was nice with it too, wasn't it? Folks was loving her, wasn't it? Yeah, they was. Showed up in what Men in Black 4? Why was she Valkyrie? Just to make me feel good as a black person? It didn't. I'd have felt better if she'd played a black character. Every time we cast a black actor to play the role of a white character, that's one less black actor to play the role of a black character. When we take our biggest and best and give them subpar roles with white characters, like we did with Yahya Abdul Mateen, because that's exactly what we did, that character's white. They promoted that character as white while they were also promoting the TV show. That's a conflict of interest. They had a mini series come out. That character was white. While they got the TV series coming on out at the same time, the character is black. The character that showed up in the TV show, only in name, had nothing to do with the character that showed up in the comic books. And that character that's in the comic books has quite a few action figures sitting out there right now. They didn't even do the due diligence of releasing a black Wonder Man action figure. No, I'm of the mindset that if they release a brand new Simon Williams action figure, because Simon Williams is, watch this, white. In Marvel Comics, that character is going to be white. I don't have a problem with that. That's what the character is. The character is white. The character should have been portrayed by a white actor. Who could Yahya Abdul Mateen have played as a black character though? And why? Once again, everybody played their part. His agent didn't check for the black character. He, as an actor, either A, didn't check for the black character or just took the white character that they gave him. Meanwhile, black fans sitting up here, oh yeah, we got a black superhero. No, you don't. Simon Williams is not your character. The racist part of it, whether you believe it or not, was actually casting him as Simon Williams. It wasn't them canceling Wonder Man. See how we doing this? You gonna say them canceling Wonder Man was being racist. No, them casting him as Simon Williams in the first place, when they knew they weren't gonna carry that over to the 616, the comic books, which is the primary universe, that was the racist decision, because that means all we getting on TV is meaningless representation, not effective representation, but empty, meaningless representation. Who said so? You mad now because it's been canceled. You mad about the wrong damn thing. You mad about the wrong damn thing. You mad because it was canceled. No. That ain't for you to be upset about. That's for somebody else to be upset about, that the fact that it was canceled. You should have been asking yourself, why didn't you hear Abdul Mateen play somebody like Bishop? Why he couldn't have played an aged up Night Thrasher? Since we inventing new characters and everything like that, what we doing with Njobu and everything like that, why couldn't they make him I don't know, brand new character? Give MCU fans something to have of their own that could translate over to the comic books. No. Nope. Didn't do it at all. When they sat up there and you saw WandaVision, and once again, shout out to the lovely Tiana Paris, they teased who they could bring in, never brought them in. You sat up there and watched the Marvels. I'm gonna have flashbacks on this one. Who went to go see it? Who went to go see it? Now, the problem with the Marvels, when it comes to Monica Rambeau, starts in Captain Marvel. You know that movie that they sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame? I'm going to go ahead and say that if I go back 3 years to when the Marvels came out, I'm still ashamed of how we moved as so-called black social media influencers that call themselves nerds, blurs, whatever. I'm still, see how I'm saying we? Because I literally did that whole weekend. I included me in that. And I still got called out my name. It seemed like when you're able to state the facts, you get called out your name. But as long as you just want to be part of the cool group and just want to be part of the get along game, then you can be saying and doing whatever. But if you're going to state the facts, no, you risk being blackballed. So what happened when we went to go see Captain Marvel? Because the racism showed up right there. Right there in that movie. Sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame. And I'm so ashamed that I actually know some of us in this lane. I don't even know what to do. They said Monica Rambeau did nothing relevant as Captain Marvel. Ooh, I'm so damn ashamed of us. I don't know what to do, because those of us that are in this lane, folks, look at us and listen to us and take our words. Some of them do it blindly. They don't check for ourselves, and we will sit up there and say some of the non-blackish stuff just to get along. Some of the non-blackish stuff just to be accepted. And it don't matter if we got blurred in our name, black in our name. We will say some of the wildest stuff just to be accepted. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Remember how they talk about Gilbert Arenas? Remember they talk about what was Rashard McCants? And Gilbert was watching them play the thing out. He had the hat on and everything like that. And Gilbert was at home with his wife. When he said, no, Fredo, no. We're supposed to be on the same team. What we doing? One of my top soldiers. That's exactly how I felt that weekend. I watched black nerds do what was better for themselves individually than doing what was best for the black community. I watched black nerds go kick the bobo with the MCU, and they knew damn good and well that was a racist move right then. And we literally said Monica Rambeau did nothing spectacular, nothing wild as Captain Marvel. Crazy, because she actually led the Avengers. But it's deeper than Monica Rambeau. She was referring to Carol as Auntie Carol. Where was Frank? Once again, it's one of them things that I'm because I'm black, so I got to be a part of this, right? I got to say I F this up too. But I literally got ridiculed the whole weekend for representing Frank Williams. Frank Rambeau. I didn't get Frank Williams. They know Frank Williams. Frank Rambeau. by nerds, black nerds specifically. I got roasted the whole damn weekend. I got blackballed because of that. And yes, if it sounds like I'm still hot about that, I am. I got blackballed. I'm hanging around everybody else because I stood 10 toes down for black characters. And now we want to sit up here right now and cry racism. I stood 10 toes down for Frank Rambo. I stood 10 toes down for Monica Rambeau. I said he should have been there. That's Maria Rambeau's husband. And because I stood down for him, said what it was, and held myself accountable, because once again, I asked, what can we do? That's why you see me out here by and large by myself unless I'm kicking the bobo with Daryl. Be real with D real. We want to cry about racism. We play a part. We play a part. And some of our influencers have played that part. They have. And I'm sitting back looking. I'm like, you can't be crying racism right now. You can't be. Saying what it is. Because we sitting up here right. The highest number this has been is 11. It's dropped all the way down to 5. You know why? Because it's Usher Raymond saying truth hurts. We don't want to be accountable. We don't want to know we participated in it. Yes, we did. With me feeling like how I feel. As long as I'm black, then I got to be saying I did it too. I can feel how I want to feel. I can have done what I want to done. But me not wanting to go along with them actions don't make me not black. And if black people did it, am I not black? Right. So right. So you get the first Captain Marvel movie where Monica Rambeau should have been first. Yes, Carol Danvers was a superhero first. That's true. Her first superhero alias is Ms. Marvel. It ain't Captain Marvel. It ain't. It's Ms. Marvel. Monica Rambeau predates her as the first female Captain Marvel, and it wasn't relevant. And if you do not know Monica Rambeau's power set, you do not know that damn near everything Carol did as far as taking down Thanos' ship, Monica would have did that too. As a matter of fact, Thanos don't want to see Monica. Monica is one of the most powerful beings in Marvel Comics. She's damn near, what's the word I want to say? She's damn near, Well, let's say her and Adam got a lot in common, as in they not leaving no time soon. Immortal. That's the word I was looking for. Immortal. So Monica should have been the first Captain Marvel. We as fans, nerds, comic book fans, Captain Marvel shouldn't have been about Carol Danvers. It should have been about Monica Rambeau. Then at the end, in game, Carol come flying through. Yeah, we should have seen Monica come flying through, do the same daggum thing to the ship. Now, as far as Thanos hitting her and she said, no, Thanos gonna try and hit Monica. His hands gonna go straight through. She's in her energy form. Lord Jesus, have mercy. He wouldn't have wanted that smoke, but you're not gonna know how valuable Monica Rambeau is, right? You're not gonna know. You don't read comics. MCU not gonna show you. There's more than enough of us to call ourselves nerds, not gonna tell you. But the racism sat right there. The racism still sits right there. Because what did they do to Monica Rambeau at the end of the Marvels? Stranded her in an alternate universe. You seen them? You seen them? In that same movie, they put Maria Rambeau in a Carol Danvers costume. Binary. Do you care? We got Photon, we got Spectrum, we got Captain Marvel, and we got Pulsar. Those have been Monica's aliases in Marvel Comics. We gave Maria Carol's alias. Why? Because we've been suggesting in the MCU that Carol and Maria have a real good relationship. Confusing, because I thought they were trying to hint that Carol and James Rhodes had a real interesting relationship. The racism sat right there though. Who said something? And when I ask who said something, I'm not looking for you to say I said something. I'm asking for you to think. Out of everybody that was saying anything, did you hear anything at all? It's a little late in the game to be calling racism now when the racism started in the first movie. It's a little late in the game. It's a little late in the game. Go back to that Eternals movie. That was trash. Fastos is a heterosexual male married. I'm a heterosexual male married. So Fastos was supposed to represent me. I didn't get it. Fastos also married to a white woman. If you are a black man married to a white woman, Fastos represents you. You didn't get it. Who said something? I would have liked to have thought that the black nerd that's married to a white woman would have stood up 10 toes down and say, hey man, y'all got that wrong. Nope. And I know black nerds that are married to white women didn't open up their mouth. Why say something now? Why should they listen to you now? You ain't say nothing then. And every time you, we, us didn't say anything, we showed them we didn't know and we didn't care. Well, watch where I'm going with it. If I, to a degree, don't give a damn about your representation, and in the first movie, I show you I can give you anything and everything, and you don't say nothing. And then I do it again in the second movie. You don't say nothing. I do it again in the third movie. You don't say nothing. I'm just sitting up here just laughing at this particular point in time. I do it again in the fourth movie. You don't say nothing. I do it again in the fifth movie. Now, mind you, I got different characters taking the lead in this and everything. But in every project I put out, I'm literally showing you I don't give two damns about your representation. And clearly you don't either, because you ain't saying nothing. I said we all play a part. Captain America 4. The racism was in the plot. The racism was in the casting of Thunderbolt Ross. When I say the racism was in the plot, didn't you see Sam get his wings broke off once again? Yes, you did. Did you see Sam convincingly put hands on anybody in that movie? No, you did not. Should the Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross, have been in that movie when Liv Morgan is still alive and well and is actually the Red She-Hulk? No, he shouldn't have been. Who said so? Or did we as black folks encourage other black folks to go watch the movie? Get mad when other black folks went to go watch the movie? Well, as I said before, Sam Wilson is 6'2", 240. He from Harlem. Who was that in Captain America 4? If I'm staying right there, Sam Wilson is 6'2", 240. Who was that in Captain America 4? He from Harlem. Who was that in Captain America 4? If somebody can tell me today they still ain't got Mary Jane, they still ain't got Gwen Stacy, and we say, you know what, you absolutely right. Then when I keep asking questions like that, who was that in Captain America 4? You should be able to say, I don't know, because that damn show wasn't Sam Wilson. It damn show wasn't. Did you see Sam do anything in the MCU such as be able to communicate with birds? No. Why not? Oh, well, this is the Ultimate Universe version. I thought we said we weren't doing 1-for-1. That's what I thought we said. I thought we said it ain't have to be 1-for-1. So I'm going to ask the question again. Why is it that in the MCU, Sam can't communicate with birds? Why is Red Wing an android? What is that? A drone? Why is Brock Rummelow beating Sam ass all the way across a room talking about, oh, you didn't did it now, son. Son. I'm supposed to transition into Super Saiyan mode when you call me son. Because how you call, we don't do that. We don't do the boy thing. We don't do the son thing. We don't, because all that sounds the same to us. I'm grown. I'm supposed to transform into Super Saiyan power. Soon as you let something like that come out your mouth, because Brock, you don't know who you talking to. Ain't Sam from Harlem? Ain't Sam from Harlem. So Brock Rummelow say, You finna get it now, son. What's coming out of Sam's mouth? He just backing up like this, like, oh my goodness, oh my Lord Jesus, oh my Father God. No, he from Harlem. I don't even know why I gotta keep stressing that. And then let me get to Black Panther. My wife is still mad at me today for watching Black Panther 2. I say that because she's sitting over there and everything like that. And my wife don't like Black Panther 2. She don't like Black Panther 2. She don't like the fact that I watched Black Panther 2. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to stop saying that because she get upset when I say it. Like her facial expression is getting worse. So I'm going to stop saying that. But we're talking about Black Panther, right? We a low key got a running joke with the Rock With Me Nation. Those of us that's in today, can y'all please hit that like button? Y'all pulling up and everything like that. That's how we pay bills. We do this full time and everything like that. Thank you so much for the comments. But question. Some of y'all have asked me to create a shirt like this and everything like that. We're gonna work on it when we get that new play. But who the is Njobu? Because I know who Uncle Ben is. I know who Alfred is. Right? I know who Commissioner Gordon is. I know who Jor-El is. Right? Jonathan and Martha Kent. Right? Right? I got Richard. I got Jason. I got Tim. And I got Damon. Who is Njobu? No. Where's Sion at? Why we doing this over here? Because we ain't did this nowhere else. Yeah, I heard what you folks say. Yeah, Uncle Ben wasn't in the, you know what? They didn't replace Uncle Ben with nobody random either. So as a Spider-Man fan, you can pretty much ignore all that other stuff because we know Uncle Ben passed away before Aunt May. So the writer can say whatever he want to. We know Uncle Ben, and we can just say Uncle Ben already been deleted. But it's Uncle Ben. Who is Njobu? I ain't hear nobody. I'm saying to myself, and I'm like, oh my God. So I ain't getting enough. I'm not getting what I need to get emotionally when we start effing around with Monica Rambeau, because I could have swore a certain demographic, like, no, I'm supposed to be the first Captain Marvel. No, child, no. Who is her? Why we got this blonde chick up in here? Why is this what we keep doing? I ain't hear nothing. I ain't hear nothing. I have as of yet to see a sister cosplay as Monica Rambeau. You feel what I'm saying? Can you sugar dig what a brother putting down? I ain't even seen a sister cosplay as Monica Rambeau yet. I ain't heard, you know what? Maybe it's where I live at, but I ain't heard one. I ain't on social media from the time we get from Captain Marvel to the Marvels. I ain't ever heard a sister go off on how Monica Rambeau got treated. And maybe I'm in the wrong spaces, but I ain't got none of that. I ain't got none of that. Me getting called misogynistic, misogynoir. I ain't seen nobody get called out their name about the misrepresentation of Monica Rambeau. I ain't heard nothing. I ain't seen nobody. Kevin, I got called misogynistic. I ain't read not one time Kevin Feige got called misogynistic. And all I was asking for was, damn, she should be Captain Marvel. We should be getting her dad in there. You misogynistic. You remember how I was talking about miscasting? Shorty. It's a warrior princess. Not knocking nobody. I'm not. But this ain't Shrinking Violet. This ain't Bumblebee. Bumblebee, let's go make it do what it's gonna do. She fine as Bumblebee. She fine. But as Shorty, if I'm 5'8.5", so is Shorty. Because that ain't no short woman. If T'Challa is 6 feet tall, Shorty ain't that much shorter. She's shorter, but not. I ain't hear nothing. I ain't hear a word. That was the racism right there. But once again, we participated. A frail young lady, that's the person we finna cast in the role of a warrior princess. That's the person we're casting in a role where the person that exists in the comic books, to a degree, ain't no different than Logan when it comes to wanting to delete people. Have you ever looked at Shorty in the MCU and came away with the fact she liked deleting folks? You watched Deadpool and Wolverine. You done watched all the Wolverine movies and you done got an accurate portrayal of Logan. But you ain't got an accurate portrayal of Shorty yet. That's the racism. Even when you look at the action figure that we got for Shorty, the Shorty action figure from the MCU, the one that's a Black Panther, is small as I don't know what in comparison to the Shorty from the comic books that's a Black Panther in Marvel Legends. Well, okay, well, if I like representation and that's what that is and everything like that, what we got going on over here? What we got going on over here? Racism. Luke Cage is married to Jessica Jones. Okay, all right. I ain't seen Jessica Jones yet. Even when they brought him over to Disney Plus, you got to see Luke Cage. Luke Cage looked nice. See what he came home to? I'm not knocking the young lady that plays that's the actress. Why she look like that though? You coming home to that? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm of the mindset brothers that marry white women, they got a type. They got a type. Her swag got to match your swag. Your style got to match. Your style got to match her style. Everything. That ain't it. The racism sitting right there. You don't say nothing. T'Challa is getting flipped off. Don't say nothing. His scientific intellect. Okay, well, I've shown you they've been playing around with that ever since the onset of the MCU. They ain't cared too damn about T'Challa's scientific intellect. Did you care? As my wife and daughter were doing last night, did you clock that? Did you clock it? Because we clocked it. The nerds clocked it. And that's the damnest thing about it. The nerds have clocked the racist inconsistencies, regardless of whether we talking a white nerd, a black nerd, a yellow nerd, a red nerd, or a brown nerd. We've all clocked it. In the second Black Panther movie, one of the scenes they show you is Tanakh Hawerta rising up out of the water with his back to the camera. That was racist. That was racist right there. Now, you might have to be either Gen X, baby boomers, or silent generation to know what that scene represented. But as I went and I looked at my Latino brothers who are also nerds, that's got Marvel channels, comic book channels and everything, they called it out. Now, whether or not the Latino millennial noticed it, but Tanakh Hawerta, not anymore, Tanakh Hawerta coming up out of the water with water dripping off his back to the camera. Oh yeah, that was racist as hell. I was like, damn, y'all bold with that one. Golly, y'all bold with that one. But they did it. And every time we didn't call it out, the only thing we did was encourage them. When they decided not to recast T'Challa, every black person should have been in their feelings. Because as a black person, you have entertained recast in your lifetime. Whether the character was your favorite character, just a character from a TV show or a movie you were watching, you accepted it. They recast that character and they never made a big deal out of it. I be looking at us sometimes and I be like, damn, we cannot be that damn thirsty. I know way I don't want to say too many of us, but a lot of us are Fast and the Furious fans, and a lot of us did shed tears when Paul Walker passed away, and we still went to go see the movie. And those that went to go see the movie understand, they know that cast and crew was in the midst of filming. But what do we do in regards to Black Panther 2 when the cast and crew were literally at home for a year after the actor passed away? We want to start saying stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We all process grief differently. And the cast from Fast and the Furious, they ain't processed grief differently. The dude died while they were filming. The respectful thing they did was not delete his character. They sent that character home. And how many of us, as so-called nerds, blurs, black, whatever, made excuses for them deleting T'Challa when there are too many places T'Challa could have went? So they didn't have to delete the character. The Intergalactic Empire, but he could have went on a damn walkabout. Hell, he could have took his ass to Hell's Kitchen, which is canon. He could have been written off as the king of the dead. Nobody said a damn word, and we sat up there and let Marvel play in our face. We justified Chadwick Boseman, the character he portrayed. We signed off on that. From the black executive to the black writer, in ways in which it's never been done with any other character, we signed off on it. And then let Marvel spin the block and recast Thunderbolt Ross. We did that. We did that. I saw some of the same folks that was itching, griping, moaning, complaining about T'Challa not being recast, take their happy butt to Captain America 4, and they ignored all the racism that was there. You know who they did talk about? They talked about those of us that was calling out the racism in Captain America 4. That's what they did. What they did was they came back that Monday and said it was our fault that Captain America 4 failed. No, it wasn't our fault. It wasn't our fault. We told you we weren't going. We told you why we weren't going. We said that has nothing to do with Sam Wilson. You know what y'all, not y'all, too many black nerds, blurs said, support it anyway. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to support trash. I don't know how to support stuff that's not indicative of my representation like it's supposed to be. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna, that's us participating in nonsense. You don't support black just to support black, and it's wrong. You're supporting the wrong thing. You're not only going to accept what everybody else has been getting. We're not going to get anything less. And then we're supposed to be able to articulate. See, that's the issue right now with recasting T'Challa. Well, not only have we been articulate in telling folks why we not effing with the MCU, but now you're crying racism. It was racism when we two of us back then, one black superhero. If we let them mistreat T'Challa, they'll mistreat everybody else. You know, we said everybody else. Some folks just never stop to think that everybody else would include Shorty. We said everybody else. Like we said, if we let them mistreat T'Challa, they gonna mistreat everybody else. Everybody else includes Shorty. Okay. The fact that they finna age up to some and not do want to subdivide. We'll go on social media and say, we don't know why Black Panther fans trying to worm their way into the Marvel, the MCU is racist conversation. They've got 3 movies. Hold on. You're right. Well, actually, they ain't got 3. Got 2 with 2 different Panthers. But now, how many Captain America movies we got? Oh, 4. With 2 different Caps. But Steve got 3. Okay, well, Steve got 3. Tony got 3. You see what I'm saying? The person up under it. Tony got 3. Steve got 3. Thor got 4. How many did the Guardians of the Galaxy get? That cast and crew stayed the same. So the cast and crew from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie got how many movies? 3. Okay, well, let's spin it like this then. Okay, unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman passed away. I would love to hear what he would have to say now. The only way that's going to happen is if I dream about it. Right. Or God forbid. Right. Chadwick got 1 movie. So that means Letitia Wright should get 3 movies. But wait, she only got 1 movie. Why? Why she only get 1 movie? You know, she should get 3. Then Toussaint can come on and get his 3 movies. That's how that should go. But we making excuses. And while we keep making excuses in regards to not caring about our black representation, you know what we're doing? We're encouraging them to keep doing what they've been doing. Either give it to us janky or not give it to us at all. And we want to sit up here and cry. What's today's date? We want to sit up here and cry racism on August 4th. It's been racist. Where you been? Where you been? Where you been? The way we're acting right now on social media in regards to the David Johnson casting, we look like fools. We look like idiots. We look like morons. We look like we don't know a damn thing about what we look uncivilized. That's how we look. Because with the #1 character, we should all be unified. We should be rallying behind Black Panther, T'Challa. It's his 60th anniversary this year. But way too many of us, we calling ourselves Black Panther fans, we'll talk about David Johnson. We'll say Ryan Coogler can do no wrong. We'll sit up here and say, that's awful how they treat Letitia Wright, and that is. But the character whose 60th anniversary it is, the fan base ain't even unified enough to give a damn. It's T'Challa's 60th anniversary. It ain't Shorty's. It ain't Ryan Coogler's 60th anniversary. It ain't the MCU's 60th anniversary. And it damn sure ain't David Johnson nor Toussaint's 60th anniversary. It's T'Challa's. He's been a Black Panther. And if you call yourself a Black Panther fan, you should be able to rally behind that. Not at all. He's got an action figure coming out that's got the Infinity Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet that's inspired from the story Time Runs Out by Jonathan Hickman. That's an accredited writer. He's one of the most well-respected writers in the game. And that dude set T'Challa and Reed Richards up for success. You would like to think that the Black Panther fan, that damn action figure should be sold out come August 13th. And it shouldn't take Black Panther fans buying no more than one of them. Because we should all be able to rally behind that. Regardless of whether you're an MCU fan or a comic book fan. Damn it, that's significant when it comes to Black Panther lore. We don't care though. And as long as we stay divided through stupidity, because that's exactly what that is. As long as we stay divided through stupidity when it comes to our black characters, because we ain't got to be. You ain't got to open up a comic book. You know what you need to do? You need to have a relationship with a black nerd. And the black nerd needs to be prepared to stand 10 toes down for the black characters, no differently than nerds from other sub-demographics do. Stand 10 toes down and stop selling out, stop kissing the behind of the MCU. Stop making it about the MCU every damn week. Yeah, I know you need your clicks, your likes, and your views and everything like that, but you can't cry racism when that ain't your primary concern. If your primary concern is clicks and views, if all you've been doing is steadily supporting the MCU, going to go see their content, talking about Disney Plus, talking about specials and everything, you don't get to cry racism because you're part of the problem. You haven't done a damn thing to discourage them from doing it. Doing videos and still watching their content ain't it. It ain't it. You're being fake. You know what they represent. You know what they're about. You should leave them alone. But you feel like, and I'm saying this, you feel, because I'm of the mindset you don't need them. See, this is a, I don't want to call it a backhanded compliment. Take it how you want to. But see, it's way too many of us out here that's talented. We don't need to lean on Marvel. We don't need to be Rashard McCants for Under Armour. Underdog, we don't need to do that. You're talented. You are enough. You've always been enough. You didn't get where you were just reporting on Marvel news. No, damn it, you had it within you to go out there and handle your damn business. So you ain't got to rely on what, I don't give a damn what your job is on social media. If your pride is black first, you don't need them. Suck it up. Stand on your own damn merits. Stop hyping up a damn company that's been showing you since day one they don't give two damns about you. Stop. We should be united. But they say a house divided shall surely fall. Well, we ain't been walking in lockstep since the MCU has been a thing. We've been more concerned about being MCU fans than being black fans. Damnedest thing to me. Damnedest thing. You know, I like to say when it comes to characters, I'm not checking for the writer. I'm not checking about the director. When it comes to my loyalties is to the characters. But let me be perfectly clear. When it comes to us, our representation, my loyalties lie with us, not the characters. There we go, we live. Oh Lord, we back. Yeah, the internet service is kind of. I'm just gonna say, thank you to Uncle Sam for taking care of me and my family and everything like that.
Thank you.
Because if I was paying for this, I'd feel some type of way. Oh man, so my loyalties lie with us. But we need more than a few. They used to say back in the day when I was a kid, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book. They said if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book. All right, well, the comics are in the books. I don't know what you want me to tell you. The comics are in the books. So if you're rejecting the books, right, how you gonna know? If you're rejecting the books and you're rejecting those that read the comic books, how you gonna know when they misleading you? You're not. You not gonna know. You're not gonna know. But then again, I would make the argument you didn't care. See what I just said? You don't read the comic books. You ain't checking for what the person that read the comic books is telling you. Okay, well, to a degree, you're saying you don't give two damns about what's in the comic book. Okay, well, how you know you're getting effed over in the movie theater if you don't know what's in the comic books? Can't have your cake and eat it too. You want to disavow the comic books and those that read the comic books, but then want to complain about the racism that's in the MCU, by and large, to a degree, because they're not respecting the source material in the comic books. And the comic books are already primarily white. You see this? We can sit up here and discuss this all day. We can. The question is, are you going to lock in? For instance, I'm not going to see Doomsday. But then again, I like saying I got Wakanda at the house because I do have the representation of those of Wakandans. I don't need to rely on the faulty representation of the MCU. Okay, well, coming out with Doomsday. Okay, no, that's actually the New Avengers Times Runs Out storyline. That's what that is. They call it Doomsday, but it's time runs out. That's what that is. It's time runs out. Okay, well, I got them action figures at the house. I don't need that. I know that story. T'Challa's not in that story. And watch this. Crazy. Where's Miles? Where's Miles? Because Miles play a role in the story too. Miles is supposed to be coming over from the Ultimate Universe. But what did Kevin Feige tell you? Oh, I'm not going to bring over Miles until we get done with Into the Spider-Verse. That's animation. What animation got to do with live action? Damnest thing how we keep coming up with excuses why we can't do this, that, and the third. Live action has nothing to do with animation. You can't chew gum and walk at the same time? That's crazy. It's crazy. We can't do that? Is it that I can't process watching Miles in animation and at live, I'm gonna get it confused? I mean, damn, I know I'm 2 years from 60, but damn it, I still got some senses about myself. I'm gonna get confused. I'm gonna mix them up. I'm gonna conflate them. I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, mine's supposed to be in this. We already know what y'all do, what we do, because I watch the stuff on YouTube. Okay, so Peter's gone. So we shouldn't expect to see him in Doomsday. So Peter gone in 2026, but we'll see him again in 2027 in Secret Wars. Okay, he gonna be with Miles? No. Is he gonna be with Miles? Because this thing go left if Miles don't give the Molecule Man the cheeseburger. No. So we don't need Miles to tell this story. Key contribution, right? We don't need T'Challa. Or are we saying any Black Panther can do what T'Challa did? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go along with that with you, because in Secret Wars, him being the king of the dead plays a prominent role. The reason why he's the king of the dead is because Bast made him the king of the dead. Y'all seen Bast? Yeah, no, for real. Y'all seen him? Because I ain't seen. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen? No. I got Bast digital form, the opening credits of Black Panther. Then I got Bast in segment like that in Thor: Love and Thunder. But because we don't commune with Bast in the MCU, we don't give two damns about that. It's crazy. You know who Odin is, and you know who Zeus is, but you don't know who Bast is, and you don't care. You know what Odin can do, you know what Zeus can do, but you don't know what Bast can do, and you don't give two damns, do you? That's crazy. Like I said, we play a part. We all play a part. We don't need to just. I'm just telling you, just being fair. We don't need to be looking at just the MCU when it comes to the lack of valid representation when it comes to Black characters. No, we need to look in the mirror. We need to look in the mirror. That's what we need to do. We need to look in the mirror. And we all need to be asking ourselves the same question. What can I do better? That's what we need to be asking. What can I do better? Because clearly what we've been doing as a people ain't it. And so now you got what you got. You're going to go see Avengers Doomsday. You're not in that movie. And you don't play no key role in that movie. Say it one more time. Even though that's the time runs out storyline, where we still got majority white characters, at least we play a significant role in Time Runs Out as well as Secret Wars. But over here, we don't play. It ain't that many of us in this movie. And we go, we live. So that said, I'm out. I'm gonna keep up with these comments though, because y'all showed up and y'all showed out, and I appreciate that. And I ain't gonna be disrespectful and everything like that. I'm gonna greet folks and everything. Thank y'all for pulling up and everything. Y'all, please share the video. Please share the video. Let folks know it's out here and everything like that. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave some comments, and y'all doing that. I'm gonna go from backwards. We got now. Tell him, ain't it ironic? T'Challa is the king of the dead, but he's not alive in the MCU. Bam, it's crazy. Meister says I'm going to animate that fight between him and Doom eventually. Yeah, you got the resources to do it. Boycott activist said I'm gonna be really upset come Secret Wars in time. You know what I'm gonna be doing when Secret Wars drop? First, if my Lord is still got me here, right? I'm gonna go get my action figures. Lord have mercy. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna go get my action figures and I'm gonna reenact Secret Wars. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reenact. I'm gonna do that. Let me keep up here. Now tell him said right after that race swap Wonder Man show, what did Marvel do? They immediately gave you a Wonder Man ongoing comic run with the original sound, just so you know he's only going to be. So did. I was looking for them to actually drop an action figure, because normally that's what they be doing. Be like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead, because they ain't dropped the updated Simon Williams action figure. So, and I was kind of looking forward to that because I don't want to pay for the one that they got out there. Question: why wasn't Chiwetel Okafor cast as, stay with me now, Brother Voodoo? Why ain't get that? He couldn't be Brother Voodoo. I know some folks might be like, man, he ain't dark enough to be Brother Voodoo. I ain't talking to y'all. Y'all stop. My dog could have been Brother Voodoo. Nope. But no, you're not wrong, Mr. Martin. Boycott activist says support black characters. Absolutely. Black comic. Support black comic. What is it? It's either my beard too long or mustache hair is growing too long. Grand Madam Tarot, the Queen Mother herself, says the MCU thought they were being slick with the wetback. I was shocked. You caught that too, huh? Oh man. Meister says Spider-Man fan went ballistic when the Russo said that, and I bet they did. Boycott says Letitia could use it. I say I'm not gonna do that. She's not like as far as being in a relationship and everything like that, but as far as like being Bumblebee. Was it Karen Beecher? I think that would be nice, but Shorty, no. But hey, I'm not the casting director. Boycott activist said, you know what? You damn right. I've never seen a Rambo cosplay. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I still, to this day, 2026, I'm not hearing enough outrage. This is me now. Maybe it's out there and I just ain't checking for it. I ain't hearing enough outrage from black fathers that are MCU fans about Frank Rambo being missing in action. I'm not getting enough anger. I was pissed. I'm pissed. I'm black father and I'm a girl dad too. So I'm not in the MCU with man. Stop. It's bad enough amongst my kind, black folk. I'm too light skinned because I'm closer to Aaron Pierre's complexion. I'm too light skinned to be a hero of the characters that I'm fighting for. That's effed up for me. I just want y'all to know that's not making me feel good that y'all would never accept me as a black superhero because I'm too light skinned, even though I'm out here on the hill fighting for these black superheroes. Y'all got me in my feelings with that one. Keeping ready. Let me see where Blade. Anybody? Stay right there. Let's talk about Blade real quick. You want a Blade movie? You don't read comic books. Fair. You didn't suggest do a reboot of Blade 1, Blade 2. Just redo the movie. Blade 1 or Blade 2. Because you, as a movie fan, you didn't went to go see movies that are redos of other IPs. You have. I don't want to throw them out there, but Nightmare on Elm Street is one of them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is another one. And Friday the 13th is another. Do that. You did. You went to go see remakes of other movies as a movie fan. You didn't ask for Blade 1 nor 2. I understand why you didn't ask for Blade 3. But now as a comic book fan, we sat up there and read Brian Hill's 10-issue run. So when Kevin Feige was saying he didn't have no ideas, and we was telling you 2-3 years ago, I think that comic book is it came out before Blood Hunt, so I think it is about 3 years old. We were telling you then, as black comic book fans, there's a story sitting out there that could easily be the damn movie. The thing is that if you go to your AI and you say, hey, would Blade, that 10-issue run, would that Blade 10-issue run written by Brian Hill have made an excellent Blade movie? If you ask your AI that, it's going to say, hell yeah. The AI is going to be like, well, I don't even know why they didn't damn do it. The AI is going to be excited about the prospects of that. The AI sits up there and says, that would have been the perfect comic book adaptation. It's dropping right off. The Adana. God damn. This. Oh, Lord Jesus, y'all. You don't know religion. Try not to do that. I said die. I called it. But yeah, we sat right there. Blade 1, Blade 2, or just, but see, you running behind the dude with the baseball cap that then told you from day one, he's not a comic book fan like that, which is the damnest thing. I got black folks that say they believe in Ryan, he can't do no wrong. They believe in Kevin. Ain't none of them ever classified themselves as a comic book fan. Meanwhile, the black comic book fan that's got all this comic book knowledge, damn near 60 years worth, you telling me to go kick rocks. Actually, you telling me something worse, to do something worse than that? But you're gonna cry racism. How? When you participating in it. That's the damnest thing. That's it. Should be actually participating. That's crazy. You got me triggered with Blade. It would have been interesting to see Red Wing become a vampire. Yeah. Now tell them said when we said Wonder Man was a meaningless race swap, everyone told us we were wrong. So watch this. Because if you feel that way, you feel that way. Right? Right. And when I feel that way, like you not what we talking about right now, but here Abdul Mateen. And you feel like all that in a bag of chips, okay? And you believe in racism, right? Right. Okay, so award-winning show, rating is going through the roof, right? All right. Well, Simon Williams been white in the comic book since before I was born. So what happens if I give Yahia Abdul Mateen a second spin at this? Just play it forward. If I'm a racist. If you believe I'm a racist, right? What happens if I give this dude a second season at Wonder Man? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the script wasn't that damn great. I read the damn plots. I seen enough video. I'm like, what the hell is this? This ain't no damn superhero story. He still made it do what it do because Yahia Abdul Mateen is him. You don't think at some point in time pressure would have came to change? Because Simon Williams is either a B or C list character. Ain't nobody checking for Wonder Man. Wasn't nobody checking for Wonder Man till Yahia Abdul Mateen played it. But if you a racist, if you believe somebody to be a racist, right? You give this dude a spin at a second season, you didn't really give him that great of a plot to work with, and he still knocked it out the park. We bring him back for a second season, he knocked that out the park. You know what you gonna be pressured to do? Change that character in the comics. Yep. You're gonna be pressured. Oh, we like the way the bald-headed Nick Fury look. You see what we got? We do have bald-headed Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson in the primary 616 comic book. They don't do nothing. Just sit right there. Ain't nobody checking for him. The only character they checking for that came over from the Ultimate Universe is Miles. And Miles ain't even showing up in this. You don't know unless you know. Let me see here. Now tell him says all this outrage is performative. No blurred pointed this out when all these things happen in a moment. Listen, this is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons why y'all able to find me on YouTube, because I was watching the movies and I was in my feelings because I was following quite a few folks that are blurs, black, whatever, and I'm like, y'all not gonna say nothing. Y'all not gonna say nothing. The folks that knew me personally in my life, they were like, Theo, what you think? So the people that knew me individually were getting more feedback from the movie than the person that's on YouTube. It just is what it is. Let me see here. Now tell them also said, and then they're trying to exclude Black Panther fans from the outrage. I spoke on that last night. I saw that, but that is another example of black division when there doesn't need to be any. That's also somebody that you clearly got an issue because you're not speaking from any validity. You don't. You've heard me in this live articulate all the racism that's occurred in the MCU. Not all of it. I ain't gonna even say that. Not all of it. But a lot of it, right? A lot of it. Well, racism is racism. It's either racist or it's not. But then again, you got to know what racism is. And if you ain't paying attention to the folks that went through it, you not prone to know what it is. For example, the portrayal of Riri Williams, Ironheart, was racist. The portrayal of Riri, Marvel sat up there, and because there was a black person over the show, they were able to give you all the racist stereotypes, tropes that went along with Riri Williams, and you accepted it because there was a black showrunner. And I just want us to think about that for a second. What does that that just because there's a black showrunner, there couldn't have been black stereotypes, tropes showing up in that series for no reason. You know who knew better? Black comic book fans. But now whether or not the black comic book fans spoke on it, and I know quite a few didn't, because all they sat up there and said was the folks that don't like Ironheart are racist. Well, I'm sorry. I would flip it back, and any black person that liked Ironheart was a racist. That's what I would say. Because you sat up there watching ghetto-fied trash. I'm going to call it for what it is. You sat up there watching ghetto-fied trash because it was black. But now you want to cry racism. You don't get to do that because you participated. So if you were anybody black that showed up and showed out, and I'm talking about nerds, I'm talking about black social media influencers, your comic book thing, and you supported Ironheart, you sat up there and told folks that, well, the reason why other folks didn't like it, they were all racist. No, you were pushing a selfish ass agenda. All you cared about was clicks and likes. You didn't care about the truth. Well, I'm gonna say it one more time like Usher Raymond said, truth hurts. Truth hurts. Cause Reed's portrayal in MCU, regardless of who wrote it, was very much ghetto-fied, very much filled with stereotypical tropes. Who said so? Or did we just say accept it? I'm glad we ain't getting it back. I'm glad. You want that type of rereading? Take your behind over the stars on Sunday night. You can get all that over there. But when it comes to superhero stuff, no, we don't want that over here. You're not supposed to get it. You ain't getting that with Pepper Potts. You ain't getting that with Kamala Khan. But that's the bee's knees for you as a black person. You don't have any higher values of yourself than that? You don't think you deserve better than that? Or you think regardless of whether she's the smartest person on earth, all that's left for her is a life of crime? Damn. I'm so glad Barack Obama was president. Lord have mercy, Jesus, because we'd have let somebody else tell that story. Barack would have been Nino Brown if we'd have let somebody else tell that story, huh? Amen, amen. That's crazy. Moving right along. Harama Fall said Monica is almost cosmic level powerful. Damn near immortal. Only very few dudes she can't take down. Very few. Let me see here, keeping right along. Harama also said, bro, I just got banned from Twitter yesterday for doing the same thing. It's all good. I'm done fighting with ignorance online about black representatives. Hey, man, Harama, I gave a warning. When I go over there, I'm only talking to comic book fans. You come on my post talking ignorant, I ain't gonna go back and forth with you. I'm just gonna block you. I done already told you I wasn't talking to you no way. What I'm not gonna do is be further insulted just for sharing accurate knowledge. No, we're not gonna keep doing that. I just gonna block you. I ain't got time. Now tell them says the lack of knowledge of these black characters is exactly why they're getting away with all of this. Exactly. There is no black Wonder Man. What they mad for? Once again, we couldn't have. Think about this for a second. If Yahya Abdul-Mateen could do all that with a character like Simon Williams and a script, what could he have done with Adam Rashid? What could he have done with Bill Foster? Speaking of Bill Foster, Ant-Man, stay right there. You like Ant-Man into the Quantumania? I'm sorry, Ant-Man 2. You like Ant-Man 2? Okay. I like me some Lawrence Fishburne. I go way back with Lawrence Fishburne. I do. Cornbread Earl and me. That's how far I go back with Lawrence. I go so far back with Lawrence, I didn't even see this coming. I didn't, because I went from Cornbread Earl and me to Pee Wee Herman. I ain't see none of this coming. So I think my dog deserved better in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I do. I think I should have seen my dude grow, because he was Bill Foster. But no, I ain't get him growing. No, I got an empty Ant-Man suit on the wall, on the side of a building. That's what I got. And I got Ghost. Hold on. Ghost ain't a woman and damn sure ain't black, nor mixed. That is a European male. What are we doing? She could have played somebody else. She could have been Adora. She could have been Tim.